Hey, everybody, it's Easter. He's risen. Have you risen? I'm not sure, but those biscuits have risen. And our special guest he's been back from halfway across the world, the fabulous Lewis Mabee. So stay tuned. It's going to be fun.
Now shut up. The show's starting.
Hey, everybody. It's Sunday. Oh, I just love it. I love Sunday. I'm not a huge Christian person, as you know. So I don't really, I celebrate Easter the day after because all the chocolate is half price. But I'm just having a blast. But I'm so excited about our guest. We haven't talked to him in about, almost a month. I think it's been that long. The fabulous, the incredible. Put your hands together and welcome psychic, medium, intuitive, and my really good friend, Lewis Mabee. There you are, Lewis.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm good. Happy Easter.
There we go.
So I guess it's happy pre-day 50% off chocolate for you.
Yes, tomorrow is 50% off chocolate. It's my favorite. So it's just a blast. Here we go. The music is almost over. Almost over. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. There it is. There's Lewis. Look at everybody in the room already. Oh my God. Hi, everybody. Let's
Barbara,
see here.
Cheryl, the Crash. Crash is from Kitchener. Richard's from Kitchener. Yeah.
Well,
I have an office in Kitchener.
Okay, that's right. And it's people from all over. Angela from New Zealand.
Angela from New Zealand. Hello, Angela.
Okay, Crash from Kitchener. Deborah from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Hey, Deborah, Richard, Lori, Carol.
Virginia's tuning in. Hi, Virginia.
One half of the DeBella sisters, but I'm sure the other DeBella is there too.
The other DeBella is more quiet.
Right.
She's behind the scenes.
She's the dangerous one.
That's right.
Janet is dangerous.
Hi, Nina from the UK. I'll be in the UK in June and July of this year.
Are you coming to Los Angeles in September?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Are you able to tell people now?
I mean, I can. Yeah. I mean, the reason why I haven't, because the contracts are signed.
Hello,
but yeah.
Dawn, my bestie.
Oh my God. Hi, everybody. Well, listen, for those of you who don't know, Lewis was away. He was in Portugal and the Canary Islands.
Yeah.
And so how was it? I've never been to Portugal and I've never been to the Canary Islands.
This was the first time for me in Portugal and Canary Islands. Mm-hmm. I was only in Lisbon or Lisboa. And it was beautiful. I really, really enjoyed Lisboa city. People were very friendly. The cooking and the food was very, very good and tasty. And but what no one told me was how familiar or resemblance towards San Francisco, Lisbon is in the sense of their topography. It has more hills and more steep inclines. My butt got a workout.
So you got a workout.
I got a workout.
Look, more people are popping in. There's Virginia Pursley and there's Catherine Gibbons. First time seeing you from Mobile, Alabama. And just to let everybody know, because we have such a varied audience, I want to say hello to everybody on the Paul Lynn page. Yep. On Esther's page, because when we broadcast the show, which we found out 2 weeks ago when Corby was on, we just went through the roof. Everybody had come on, and I was just so excited. So, Paul Lynn people, I do him, and Esther, I do her.
Yeah,
and
then he doesn't do not much of anyone,
right? But but we have Janet. Look, Janet came out.
There's Janet. There's Carol. Carol is on vacation. No work there.
Yeah. So there we go. So I like to explain when people pop in from the Paul Lynn page and they're going, but why is this not about Paul Lynn? It does indirectly talk about Paul Lynn. We have a good time, but it's,
that's right.
It's fun.
You never know when Paul Lynn's going to take over Michael for a few hot seconds.
But anyway, let's get back to Lewis. So Portugal was like San Francisco with the hills and the valleys and everything.
Hills and valleys, and and it was cooler. Like, it rained a lot, but I was still able to see a lot of the city. And then when I went to the Gran Canaria, Gran Canaria on the Gran Canary Islands, the largest island of the 5 or 6 islands. It was magical. It was breathtaking. It was like 26 Celsius, which is what, 78 Fahrenheit every day. Sun, beautiful. Trade winds off of the sea, beautiful.
Sounds of the sea.
Yes, and it was a very it was one of those places where I just felt immediately at home. And is that Sanskrit that
right here from Ramadan? They wished us happy Easter,
happy Ramadan,
happy Ramadan,
and Passover, right? Yeah, this is the first time in a very, very long time that all three are being celebrated simultaneously.
Right. How did you decide? Carol wants to know, how did you decide to go to those places?
This one was easy because I have a friend in Portugal who I haven't seen in forever and a day, and so that was easy. And then I also have friends that vacation, have a second home in Gran Canaria, and they decided to go there after COVID. Through the Ontario government said, okay, it's okay to travel, blah blah blah, and so they've been not bugging me, but they've been asking me to come down for years, and it's just my schedule has just never has lined up. So this was the first year that it did, so I'm like, done.
So you've already booked. You told me before the show.
Yeah, so
I already booked the Canary Islands again.
Yeah, I love it so much that I've already booked next year my own apartment in Gran Canaria.
Is it cheaper to have like an apartment or something, or what?
I found a really, really good deal. This through Airbnb, and that's who it was, Miguel. I didn't even see you sneak in.
Miguel is who you saw in Portugal?
No, in Gran Canary.
Oh, Gran Canary.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Miguel.
Yeah. And so Miguel and his partner Jerry, they were down there at their regular second home, and I was able to stay with them, and they were phenomenal.
Wow.
Yes.
So is it inexpensive? Is it expensive?
No. Oh my gosh. It for Canadians, because our dollar is weak compared to the greenback.
Right.
It was cheap for us, so it's even cheaper for
Americans.
Americans. I mean, a
glass. Give us an example. Maybe I'll come meet you there.
Yeah, a glass of good red wine in the Gran Canary is American, probably like $1.50. Yeah, a bottle is probably $4. The average price of a meal, and I'm talking like appetizer, main course, dessert, a few cocktails and all that, maybe $40.
Wow.
It's it's very, very inexpensive.
But if you do like you do and get an apartment for a month in Portugal, then it's probably cheaper, right?
It is, because
what would that cost you? What would that cost you for the month?
So
if you don't mind my asking.
No. So I'm staying 5 weeks. And next year it's apartment. It's a full 1-bedroom. It's like 800 square feet.
Wow.
I'm paying $1,600 Canadian for the month, for the 5 weeks.
So that's probably even cheaper in American dollars.
So that would be probably $1,100 American.
Wow. And that's because it's better than paying $200 a night in a hotel.
Right.
And
I went through Airbnb just because first time, and so therefore I'm protected under the Airbnb stuff. But I hit it off with the person that I'm renting the apartment from. He was born in Italy, but he lives in London, and he just happened to be down there at the time that I was looking around. So I asked if I could go see it. And Miguel came with me, and Miguel looked at me and goes, "You better take this." So
everybody's like aghast at the prices. I think you're going to become the new tourist bitch for Portugal.
Listen,
and the Canary Islands.
For me, I got it down to science.
That's the Canary Islands, not Portugal.
Right. So Portugal. So the Canary Islands are owned by Spain. Right. And so look. When you look on the map, you'll see West Sahara, Africa. The Canary Islands are parallel with that.
Parallel with that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Spain's up here.
just so out of curiosity, what was the oh, thank you, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
I love it when my YouTube people give us little tips. Thank you for the $5, Tammy. That's very sweet. Well, I found out we have to move, needing some input, possibly a year. Well, I tell you what, Tammy, we're going to get to some of those in a few minutes, because we're just getting started on the show and stuff like that, and we're just talking about.
Hang on to your questions.
Hang on to your questions, because Lewis will do like what Corby did, kind of like pick things up and just have fun with it. But my question was, the temperature, the atmosphere with what's going on in Ukraine,
right?
How is that affecting the travel? And did you feel any of that anxiety that people are feeling in Europe at all? They just moving on?
Like they said, and I have a bone to pick with Iberia Air, but anyway, so
Iberia. Hey, Shucky, Iberia. That's what Diego takes when he flies from Spain sometimes.
Oh, yes, that's right. So they do suggest, because of COVID,
right,
to arrive at the airport 3 hours for international travel.
Right.
And so I did my due diligence and all that sort of thing, filled out all the I shouldn't say stupid. I filled out a lot of apps for entries and exits and all that sort of thing, required by law now. And I don't think they just asked me. So we have an app called ArriveCan. So whenever you return to Canada, you have to tell the Canadian government where you were and how long you were and all that. So, and you're supposed to have it ready to show the airline people before you board the plane. And it's very similar towards Portugal and Spain. I was only asked if I had it filled out. No one ever checked it. I'm not saying don't fill it out. You got to still fill it out.
Right.
I mean, yeah. And then when I was at the airport, they say arrive 3 hours beforehand. So I did. And
you did nothing.
The Iberia airline people never show up until maybe 2 hours before the gates. So I'm like sitting here going, hey, can't do anything.
Did they have internet?
Can't go duty free shopping. So because you're on the other side of all the stuff. So anyway, but as far as the Ukraine issues go, no. The people want to travel. They want to. I think maybe it was discussed a few times in general conversation, but it's not really a focus of. And I don't want this to sound like it's not important, because it is, but it wasn't a focus of, oh, wow, I can't believe what's going on.
Right.
I think people were there, like were the travelers were there to escape COVID. And so they weren't really focused a lot on the news. And anyone that knows me knows that I don't watch the news daily. In fact, I might watch it once a week. To get
like me.
Yeah.
Really
but no,
really agree with it. I watch the news constantly.
Yeah, like you're glued to it. But that's also because your news channels are typically more political.
Right. But I was just wondering if there was if the world was sensing, the upheaval that's happening there in Europe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they do sense it, but again, it wasn't really discussed while I was there.
Right. Hi, Deanna. How are you? Wow, that's so cool. So, what was it? So when you take a vacation, like it's been about, it's been a month since you were on the show. So when you take a vacation, I've never asked anybody this before who does what you do. Is it almost like clearing your cache? When you clear your cache on your computer, it says,
you wipe it all out, or just clear all the cookies.
All the cookies. Is that what it's like?
No. So here's what I personally.
Because hold on, people. Yep. I know that if you're drinking, when Lewis drinks, he starts picking up people's thoughts and what's going on in their brain cells. I've been with Lewis where we've been at restaurants and we've been drinking a few margaritas, and he starts picking up shit all over the restaurant. Weren't you there with me? With Jay Leno was in the restaurant at Merrick's Tex-Mex. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. So some things have come through and memories in the past few days of here in LA.
I mean, I don't need alcohol to
No,
pick up stuff.
No.
I'm just a little bit more liberal with what I will share.
Right. No, you were a little more open-minded.
That's not open-minded. I was more talkative because
and I, being the evil friend, goes, bring him a shot. Bring him a shot.
The evil effing friend.
Because I get a kick out of watching you do it. It's like,
yeah. No, so what part of my everyday work routine, and I use it in my personal life as well, is before I start my work day, I say a little intention prayer. And part of the intention prayer is anything that comes in with the person leaves with the person. So therefore my physical space and personal space is full of harmony, peace, and balance. So I guess I clear the cache every time someone leaves. So, but when I travel or when I'm in a group of people, like in a mall or a grocery store or whatever, I'm always picking up on stuff, but I'm not Teresa Caputo that's well scripted and goes up to people and says, your mother's coming through. And
right.
I treat this as a business, so therefore, I don't really have permission to read people, so that's why I keep it to myself. But I always pick up on a lot of things. And
Cheryl Reese Blevins, ancestor, sent me to you, referring to me a lot about you. Inbox me now and text me.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I see what's happening. These are the people that come on.
And they want to. Yeah. They want to take over and try to get people to.
Right. So I have to. Sorry. Hold on. Hide and delete. Block user. Delete.
Those people are gypsies, and all they want is your money. They don't have anything for you.
I thought it was somebody saying she went into Cheryl Blease Evans and da. Yeah, so we get rid of that. They we're getting popular when the gypsies start coming in and trying to get you to come to their side. It's funny. It's very funny. So anyway, we so that sounds cool. I want to go. I need a vacation. I haven't had a real vacation in so long. But people go, but you live in a resort. And I go, yeah, but it's different. I want. But let's see. So if you guys, let's see, if Lewis picks up something, you got something you want to ask? Is there, for instance, like Corby doesn't do death. And some people like to talk, there's certain things that they won't talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have gypsy ancestry. It's okay, Jackie.
Jackie, I'm not talking about the same gypsy ancestry.
Right.
I understand your gypsy ancestry. Their gypsy is not your gypsy.
They're going to try to sell you candles and everything else. Yeah. They're the shysters. The shysters. That's what they do. And they pop in, and I guess they must have bots to figure out when someone has a psychic medium or something. And that happens. Hold on, what is this? Well, that was not me. Hack if you doubt.
No, it wasn't you, Cheryl. That thing was just focused on you for whatever reason.
Right. You must have asked something, and you must have mentioned something, Cheryl, and I'd have to look back. And they were just trying to get you to DM them and take advantage. And I was at an event once, passed by a booth of gypsies and became physically ill. I had to leave. That happens to me at Trump rallies. Oh, I have pissed off so many people. I lost so many people on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I lost a lot of people on YouTube because I do the funny politics as a drag, which is all a joke. And well, hold on for a second. Let me get back here. Hold on. This is interesting. Cheryl, Yes, happy
Sherry
Easter,
Lynn.
Michael. Just now getting on. Correct me, please, if it's Lewis a medium. If he is, I'd like very much to ask him if my dad has a message for me. Now, Sherilyn was going through
Sherry Lynn.
Sherry Lynn was going through some really heavy stuff a couple of weeks ago, and it was. I hope you're doing better, Sherry Lynn, and because she's lost a lot of weight. Sherry was like went crazy. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know, Lewis.
Yeah, he's around. He's weak for some reason, or at least coming to me weak. He's 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 kind of like going in 50 different directions all at the same time. So I'm just trying to like get him grounded so I can see where he wants to go with this. He is definitely proud of you, but he says that what he's basically saying is like the weight loss is only one thing that you need to do now with not he's still concerned about sort of like who's in your life or how you're living your life, and not that you're necessarily living it wrong, but it's more so about doing things for you now as opposed to doing things for everyone else, and getting caught up in all these forest fires that other people start and you decide to be the firefighter and run in and try to save everyone. He's like, you need to stop doing that, because it's not for your ultimate good, and it's keeping you distracted from continuing to expand on the work that you started with the weight loss, for example, and focusing on. And again, he keeps insisting that there's a few people in your world that you should reevaluate to see if you need to, or not need to, but you should get them out of there, out of your life, because again, they're distracting you, and unfortunately you're easily distracted with other people's lives and wanting to save them and all that sort of thing. But that ain't your job, girl.
Yeah. A lot of people, I just stuck up Lewis's URL, lewismabee.com, because if you want to have a more in-depth reading, you can contact him, and all that information is there. Deborah had said, when do you see me owning my own home?
2023 is something that you're going to find, 2023 is going to be a very big financial year for you, Deborah, and you're going to get a lot of your T's crossed and I's dotted. So I wouldn't be surprised that it's in 2023. You'll begin working on the financial stuff this year. As far as, you might be looking at a different area than what you thought you wanted to be in. Just an FYI.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
Mara, you want to know if you're pregnant? Myra, they have those little things that you can buy that you pee on, I think. I've never had to use one personally. Are you trying to get pregnant, Myra? Mayra? Is it Mayra? Mayra? Give us a little more info.
Not yet. You're welcome, Deborah. Yeah, actually, I do see a really huge smile on your face, Deborah, when all this stuff goes down. But again, I encourage you to expand your horizons, or not necessarily focus on one specific area. I know it's location, but I feel like there's these pleasant surprises when you expand your search, and you're going to land in a place that you're like, I didn't even know I wanted to be here, kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, you're not, Myra. You're not yet. It's okay to try, and I hope it's fun trying, but I want you to get it out of your head for now, because it seems to me like there's a lot of I was just about to say this. I'm taking vitamins and fertility candy. I'm sure, yeah, because it just seems like you're so stressed out about it that it's kind of like your body's going, nothing's going up there or getting up there.
All
So
right.
just relax, just chill out, yeah.
Tammy asked this
So
question. Hold on. I have to go back to Tam. Let me go back. Let me find Tammy's question. It was way back. Hold on. Dee 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 dee. Let's see. Here it is. Tammy had said, found out we have to move, needing some input, possibly a year, but would like to know what you see on our search.
I would really like you to move within 9 months, because there seems to be some sort of like upside down energy after that, and you might get caught in the crosshairs of something else that might affect your move. So I also think that it's time for you to move. You may not feel that right away, but I really get the sense that it's part of a new chapter, Tammy, for you, that is going to be introduced to you by the end of this year, beginning of next year anyway. So try to get it all set up so that you're moving before 9 months. And because again, I feel like after 9 months, it seems to me like things start going upside down and all that sort of good stuff. So
So you're right on with that. That's how she felt.
yeah.
Hi, Julie. How are you? Now, this is interesting. I'm trying to decide on going into learning a healing modality as a practice, but I just can't seem to choose any guidance. Can't seem to choose, any guidance for me.
Why don't you look at like quantum touch healing, the slight placing of hands, kind of vibe with your healing. I feel like for you, Jackie, that it's important for you to have that physical connection when you do the healing. When I do healing, for example, I don't touch the person, but that's just me. But I feel for whatever reason, you're going to have a much stronger connection to the healing process with just slight touch around the cranial, and don't forget about going into the energies of the aura.
Tammy says, thank you so much. A lot of people are popping in. Hello, Whitney. Hello, Whitney. Julie's all the way from the UK. Whitney, I don't know where you're from, but we just jumped. A lot of people popped into the room from Esther Goldberg's YouTube.
Yay.
So, Lewis, sometimes he can look down and he'll pick things up with people. You just can't say, for instance, if you could pick up anything, I would love to know. I don't know how that works. Oh my God, Tracy, thank you very, very much. What a sweetheart. And Lewis, oh, by the way, speaking of Lewis, when you had a poll this week about you starting your YouTube channel.
Yes.
As you can tell, it can be a really good thing.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And thank you, Jackie. Hey, there's Deborah Tatel. Hey, Deborah.
Hello, Deborah.
There's a woman just asking about healing, Deborah, and you do the healing. Lewis, I didn't tell you about this with Deborah Tatel. A couple of weeks ago, she she has those classes with the students and everything, who are the young medium psychics that are getting the guidance from her. And she asked me, she said, listen, I've got 2 students and would love to be able to work, have them do some readings with you to talk to you about, just things and also do some healing. We realized that there was a lot of anger inside of me from what happened 3 years ago.
Right.
And we did it through Zoom. And it was amazing. They went into my core and into my throat. And, it was, I slept so well that night because I was finally able to get rid of the hate, the anger that I had for those people and be able to move on. Move forward.
That's awesome.
I'm not forgetting. But
No, and nor do you need to. I mean, like healing is a journey, and it's not a final destination. And even though for example, when I do healing with my clients, it's not that I'm there to fix them. I'm there to open up doors so that they can do the healing, whatever they need to do with purging and whatever else.
right,
And so it's again, it's all about the journey, and to identify certain factors that you may not be aware of because
right,
of the anger. For anger clouds our chakras, it clouds our ability to see across the street, kind of thing.
uh-huh.
And so when someone comes in and is able to clear away that smog, then that's the connecting piece where you can do the healing, you sleep better, and you're able to have a lighter heart. So
Well, maybe maybe when she does another one with her kids, you should do. Oh, and they did a past life with me.
oh, cool.
It was kind of cool. I was I'll tell you after we get off the show.
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
You
It was
are a
in
harlot.
Well, I was a whore. I ran a brothel, and it was only me working. And
And you had to give change.
so we had Jackie. There was that. Let me see. There was Tracy had said, "When will my relationship with my children stabilize, especially my oldest son and his significant other?" Is shake, shake, shake.
Tracy, stop barking up that tree. There is a bunch of control issues going around there, and you're being left in the dark and in the doghouse. And so I know he might be your son, and I'm focusing more so on your son than your other children. But it just seems to me like you need to go and get a hobby, and you need to get involved with your own life. And I'm not saying that you meddle or anything else like that. I'm just saying you need to get involved in your own life. And that's going to be very, very important, because it's not if, it's when your son does come around, there needs to be a new structure in place so that you can build, because the existing structure is built of sand.
Wow.
And it is not going to hold anything worthwhile. And so I encourage you to do your own thing for now, and they have to come to you. Like I said, there's a lot of control issues going on, and that sort of thing. But stop looking over your shoulder, stop going to woulda, coulda, shoulda, all that kind of stuff, and just focus on bringing more light and joy towards you, and making it happen for yourself. So
you got it, Debbie. We have to call. We haven't talked in about a week or so we have to catch up. I haven't talked to you, so I know you've been crazy busy and everything. For people checking in, popping into the show for all the different platforms, the Paul Lynn channel, the Esther channel. My guest is the incredible psychic medium, Lewis Mabee. And if you got a little question or something you want to know, be a little bit specific. Don't just say, "Do you see something happening to me today?"
Right. Because the answer will be, "Yep, you're going to go for dinner."
Yeah, right. And Virginia, what is that? I put a space between me and my son.
Yes. You guys are not on the same page.
Virginia siblings. Oh, God.
Yeah, and it's kind of like waiting at the bus stop for that bus to show up. That bus ain't showing up.
Yeah, and so funny. She had I forget. I think Virginia had a thing with Debbie or Corby. I can't remember. There's so many.
Myra, get out of your head.
Myra, move. It'll happen when it's supposed to, right?
Right.
I'm not a psychic or anything, but I was just throwing that in there. Okay. What? Okay. This is your friend Crash. Hold on. What did he say? Which month will my daughter wake up with her spouse, and when will he get caught? Huh? Do you know anything I don't know, Lewis, on this? Is this a friend of yours?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you guys.
No, the Crash just said they're from Kitchener, so that's why.
Oh, gotcha.
I might. Their nickname might be something.
That's an
July.
interesting.
July seems like something's happening with the whole thing around waking up.
Uh-huh.
It's not because they're asleep. It's because the daughter needs to wake up to see what the boyfriend is doing.
Right.
It's coming. You just have to have a little bit more. Unfortunately, I think I know who the crush is. I think.
Isn't it funny? It all starts to come back to you.
Yeah, it seems to me like that. Not that the person needs to reoffend or the guy needs to reoffend, but there does seem to be some sort of like movement towards going into old habits and old behaviors which are not healthy, and it just seems to me like it just snowballs from there and boom. So
boom there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see. What do we got going on down here?
Harley Rover.
Let's see. What is Harley Rover's? I feel detached from my mother who was on drugs during the bonding years. Should I try to get closer to her? It's your mother.
Yeah, but she's your birth person. Let's put it to you that way.
Yeah.
I sometimes blood isn't family, and it seems to me like your mother isn't a bad person, but I do feel like your mother only has so much that she is able to give, and what you're looking at her providing for you isn't the same thing. And so I feel like, if anything, cordial relationship, but it doesn't seem to me like I know who it is. It just doesn't seem to me like that you're going to be able to have that bonded, connected mother daughter connection. I think it's more so about creating a basis of respectful friendship. So, yeah.
Speaking of validation, from Kathleen City, Sade. She says, I come see Lewis once a year. Last March, you mentioned surgery for my ex. Surprise for me. He finds out this Tuesday when he will have heart surgery. Worried as he doesn't seem strong. So you saw that?
Yeah, last March.
Wow.
Your husband's energies, you're right. Like, he doesn't seem strong. He's up and down and all that sort of thing. I think he's going to pull through, but I think he's going to be a changed person afterwards.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Virginia was asking something about, is my mom okay with what I'm doing with her wedding ring set? And is she okay with me not talking to my siblings?
She encourages the non-communication, actually, because as you know, Virginia, when we pass, when we leave our physical bodies and we go back to spirit form, that we become all knowing and all love. And she's just kind of shaking her head going, what the hell did I contribute to this? And not done on purpose per se, but at the same time, she is fully aware that some of her offspring aren't vibing the way that they should be, and that's their issue, not yours.
So for those of you, just to show, here's an example of psychic mediums, tarot readers, intuits. Virginia does that. Virginia is one of the most amazing tarot readers in the world. And sometimes, Lewis will talk to Virginia. Virginia will talk to Lewis. Lewis will talk to Debbie. Debbie will talk to Corby. Corby will talk to Lewis. It's amazing. And Marla, the whole gang. I love it when you can feel something for Virginia, because lots of times, like for yourself, Lewis, it's difficult for you.
I don't read myself. I can't read myself.
You can't read yourself. And so it's so funny. We have a private room that I created for all my psychic mediums, gifted friends, and it's just for them so they can talk to each other and ask questions. There's Richard. Hold on. What did Richard say? Hello, my loves. Glad I caught you. Thank you, Ninny Poo the Flabbergasted. I love that name. Why do you think I would feel so out of place with the present and far more connected to the 30s and the 40s?
Because Richard, you have this thing around you about it's not a death wish, it's not a suicide thing at all vibe, but it's like when you were born, you the first thoughts in your head was, what the fuck am I doing here again?
It's a,
And you'll always feel disconnected on some level, but that's also your biggest life lesson that you need to learn, is how to make it feel like it makes sense
Mhm.
in this time frame. Because if you were back in the 20s and 30s with just like the Charleston and servants and Bridgerton kind
The
of
Gilded
the
Age.
Gilded Age, then that's totally your cup of tea. Because in previous past lives, I'm not going to dwell on them in depth, but in previous past lives, there was a sense of privilege around you in a few of them, and so it was very much about simpler times as well. So you're not a complicated person, Richard. You don't like complication. You work on common sense. And this day and age, there is no common sense whatsoever. You can't even bottle it. And if you could, you could buy Twitter and Elon Musk at the same time. So, yeah. Oh, you're very welcome, Virginia. Yeah, for sure. Like your mom is very proud of you too. So,
You need to get a spread from Virginia. Did a spread for me 2 weeks ago.
oh,
She
cool.
like well, she calls me up. She writes me, goes, "What are you doing?" Nothing. You ready for a spread? I got to do it to you. Spirit told me to do a spread on you.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Hold on.
I
Okay,
want to talk to
Carol.
Lori.
Huh?
Lori,
Hold on,
I,
Laura. Here we go.
I was drawn to that. Your dog's picking up on family household stress. So I would take a check to see what's going on around the house, and your dog's trying to process the stress around him. I think there's also a little bit of a bug that's resulting from the stress, but yeah, I would just do a check-in with the family and just see what's going on with the household.
Because the animals pick up our stress. Animals,
Yeah.
your cat will know. Your cat knows when you're upset. My dog knows when
Yep.
I'm not feeling well. It's just amazing. And Richard says, "Thank you, Lewis."
You're very welcome.
And then Virginia said, "Yes, indeed." So you need to set
Cool.
that up. Set
Thank
that up. And she does. What happens is she does 3 spreads,
Yep.
and then she sends them to you, and it's just
Oh,
really.
cool.
And you don't get a word in edgewise. She's just. Okay, let's see. Kathleen, hold on. What is she saying here? Hold on. How you doing? Do you need a rest for a second? Or are
Nope,
you okay?
I'm good. No, I'm great. I'm Carol. No, you weren't a flapper. Um,
You hear that, Carol? You weren't a flapper. And
yeah, yeah, and you know what? That's what he needs to do anyway. He needs to type loose ends for you, so that you can get those loose ends. You can benefit from the loose ends while he's still here.
so that Lewis was speaking of Kathleen's question, which is my ex is talking about selling the house when he's gone. He still lives in the home we own together. And it's like he's cleaning up loose ends. So you
Yep.
feel like that's what he's doing.
Yep. So that Kathleen can benefit from him getting off his tuchus and finally doing what he should be doing with his life, so that she can stop, even though they're exes, that she can stop needing to focus in on him whenever he needs to deal with something. So
Amazing.
yes, Carol, it was just a beautiful dream.
Just a dream. Just a dream.
And we do just dream. Like, not every single dream needs to be interpreted.
Right. God knows I don't want to interpret half of mine.
Well, they're X-rated, so
My dreams are like, what?
they're literal.
They involve a Uruguayan soccer team and God knows what. I'm telling you. It's the weather hit. What is the weather like in Toronto?
Cold.
It has been absolutely weird here. Like today is an absolutely gorgeous day. It was 94 degrees like last weekend, and then it went down to 38 degrees here.
Oh wow!
This week, and now it's back up. It's just I've put my winter coat away 4 times because I thought I don't have to wear it again. Boom.
In Canada, we don't put our coats away until June.
But I mean, it's just and windy, so freaking windy here. We've had yesterday. The wind is not here today. I mean, it's a beautiful day, but just crazy. It's just been insane. But the weather's been like that. Well, it's global warming. It's a nice day too. Your blood is thinned, Lewis, from your vacation.
It's freezing. It's 6 degrees. How can that be warm? And yes, it's probably has thinned from vacation because I was at 26 degrees Celsius.
Right. Kathleen, where are you? It's going to snow wherever you're at. I forgot.
Yeah, we got some snow last night, overnight.
Oh my God. Yeah, all my windows are open. And
my window's open because my condo gets extremely warm because it's well insulated and I face south. So my windows are always open in the wintertime too because it's so hot in here.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it's well, see, we have triple thermal windows up here.
Yeah.
So it's like it actually makes cheaper utility bills than most people. You know, oh, she's in Ontario, south of Brantford.
A little bit of a snow belt area.
So that they get a lot of snow there?
Yeah, well, they tend to get a lot of crisscross weather patterns.
Okay, hold on. As we're speaking. What? Okay, so this pops in just now on the U.S. National Weather Service has issued a fire weather watch for Winchester. It'll be in effect from April 19th until April 19th, 9 a.m. to 12.
9 to 9.
I wonder what a fire weather watch? I don't understand that.
Is there fires in the mountains around you?
Not yet, but there could be. I mean, the fire, we get all the stuff from California all the time, you know, so it's just been crazy. And then let's see, were you here? The project that's going to be streaming on Service. Did I tell you about the director that sent me? So were you in town for the Academy Awards or no? You were gone. So you missed the big slap.
I heard about it.
It's just crazy. No. It's so funny.
Talk about a setup.
Oh, it wasn't a setup. It was
a setup in the sense of not a setup as far as Chris Rock and Will Smith goes, because they already have their own beef beforehand.
Right, beforehand.
Yeah, this was an energetic setup.
Oh, okay. I mean, it was. I remember I was sitting here and I was texting with somebody else while I was watching it, and all of a sudden, you know, he walks up on stage and just smacks the shit out of Chris Rock. But Chris Rock was like the epitome of class and composure, and I mean, he was shocked.
Yep.
But it was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen on live television.
You know, 2022 is all about truth. And whether or not you're ready for your truth or not, there's gonna be inklings of that. And that slap just happens to be Will Smith's truth.
He's not the sweet.
He's not the sweet little, you know, Philly dude that he tries to portray.
Right.
He's calculated. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with calculating your life, but there's a lot of hurt people in his past.
Wow.
So,
well, I mean, it was surreal what happened to watch.
I saw the clips of it all,
but I mean, to watch what happened with, you know, that all of a sudden, if it had been anybody else who walked up on the stage during the Academy Awards, the whole world is watching and hit somebody, they would have been arrested.
Yep.
Arrested.
Yeah, but that's because of the Church of Scientology. He's protected to a certain degree because he's very high up.
So then I guess what happened was less than 5 or 10 minutes later, he wins Best Actor.
I know.
And then gets up and does this whole crying thing.
Right.
But he's gay. He swings back and forth.
He swings more than a swing does.
Right. No, and he gets up and does this teary. I mean, I was going to watch his movie, and I just don't feel like watching it. I just, you know, it was pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah.
How that happened, and everybody said it was fake, and and then there were these
No,
people
it
going,
wasn't fake,
no,
but it was his true self coming out.
it
His
was.
anger.
Well, there's this thing happening in comedy. I do comedy, and Esther's very risque, and she's never politically correct. And when people come to see my show, Esther usually says, if you're thin skinned and you want political correctness, grab your drink and get the hell out of here, because my show is fun. But so what's happening? I'm sorry, Kathy Griffin. I mean, could you imagine Joan Rivers if she were still alive today?
Oh my gosh, she wouldn't have a career. Although she probably would have a bigger career because
because she doesn't take shit from anybody.
Right.
But it's just crazy what is happening we become so politically correct that we can't be funny anymore.
We're too politically correct.
Right, we are. And I guess what happened was, if you watch the clip, Will Smith was laughing at the joke, and then he looked over at Jada, who did this eye roll,
right,
and then all of a sudden he changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joan, could you? Oh, grow up. Can we talk? Talk about your baby pigs. I can't deal with it. God, it sounded just like her, didn't it? But no, it is astounding what is happening, with the whole political correctness thing. But I was just wondering, I guess you did hear about that. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Jada has evil eyes. Yep, Virginia.
Jada is an alpha female who is in need of control.
Oh, hell yeah. And the thing was, Chris Rock didn't know she had alopecia or whatever the heck it is.
Even if he did know, it's a joke.
Right. G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane.
2,
we all know Demi Moore shaved her head for the role. That's the reference point. It wasn't because he was going after an illness or a disease or whatever you want to call it. Yes, it does hurt. But she has said in multiple interviews that she doesn't give a rat's ass what people think of her bald head.
Right. And, I watched both sides. I've had to, I don't defend Will Smith or Jada. It was comedy. But then you get them. I'm sorry. I do not. Okay. Let me phrase this so I don't upset or make anybody upset. I don't want anybody abused, sexually hurt, harassed, or bullied, especially the women, the Me Too movement. Now, however, there are people who are in the Me Too movement who take it to the extreme. Right. Just like, I'm sorry, there is LGBTQ people like myself who take it to the extreme. Right. Oh my God, he called me this. He said I was a sissy. Get over it. Grow a set.
Stop talking with a purse in your mouth.
And it's like with some of the women, yes, you don't feel up a woman or sexually do those things. But sometimes it's like they're going after Biden. Biden is sexually abusing children. No, he's not. He comes from another era where older men would put their hands on a child's shoulder. And it's not like a Catholic priest. What I mean? Right. I say that, but anyway, it just, we've got to calm down. I think part of my life's mission is to put a blunt on some of this political correctness, which leading back to Lewis, it was so funny that while you were during the Academy Awards, I get this text from the director of the project that I'm doing for the big major company that I'm still not allowed to talk about, and he writes and goes, he sends me a screen grab from the big producers that are part of this big project that I'm in that's coming out later this year. And it just said, Esther is the breakout star in this flick.
Now, I know that you said that he sent you the clip.
No, well, no, this was, he brought the clip. He brought the first 45-minte rough.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Edit up.
The rough edit.
But let me see. He sent me this and I was like, what? Hold on. Let me see. He goes, here it is. Here it is. He goes, let's see. He goes, "Did I miss the chaos?" This was between the producers, and the chaos, because it was Chaos is the name of the current cut.
Right.
And the major money man goes, "Sweet, I want the whole documentary to be just Esther. No offense to these cocktail waitresses, but Esther is the breakaway star of this flick."
That's awesome.
Then he sends, here's the jackass. He goes, right here. This is it. When I have my producer saying you're the breakout star in the rough edit, girl. And I actually cried. I got overwhelmed a little bit because I was like going, is this really happening? Because you said great things were, you felt great things were going to happen this year. And I see shit like that. And I'm like, wow. Anyway, enough about me.
I want to know, Ward, who do you think the ma'am and the sir is?
What is that? Hello, ma'am. And sir, how are you doing? Well, I'm the hoe. And I can be referred to as the ma'am. And sometimes, and Lewis is the sir. How are you doing?
Or maybe I'm the bearded lady. Who knows?
Right. Ward, I play Esther Goldberg, which is this character here. And then I also play Paul Lynde, which is this character here. So you may have me confused with a man and a sir. But
it's your hair.
It's my hair. Let's see. Angela from New Zealand. Angela says, my father passed before we were married and never met his grandchildren. Mark was his name. Can you enlighten anything?
He sees all the grandkids. He was. It's okay, Ward. You just made me chuckle.
Ward, it's okay, Ward. I never get offended by anything. I play an old Jewish woman on television, online, and then I do other things, and then Lewis doesn't.
No, I don't.
He's the sir today.
So,
Angela.
He's all about family anyway, and so he's like basically saying like, I wouldn't miss any of this for the world, kind of thing. So even though he may not be physically there, he knows which one of the kids, and I don't know if it means your kids, but which one of the kids shares a name with him, whether it be their middle name or maybe his middle name, that sort of thing. But he's tickled pink that someone has thought about honoring his memory. So no, he can't name the project yet because.
But if you'd have just paid attention, you would have seen it.
Yeah,
I can say if you watch the screen grab that I have up.
Yeah, you could have
seen the
like,
working title.
you know what you're putting up there?
Huh?
I was like, did you know what you're putting up there? But
that's the working title. But it doesn't say which network.
No,
it is. What is this? Can you tell a random joke? Yeah, write it down, and if it's worth it, everybody will see it. And even if I put it up or not, Ward. Yes, Kathy, you can ask a question. We have a few more minutes. I always like to.
Good for him, for Harry, Lori. He. Anytime that someone gets an exorbitant amount of money from another company, yeah, we working people go, what the fuck? And then it's like, but that's business. And if Harry can cash in on $12 million
a day,
I don't know.
I think that's a little off. Nobody makes $12 million a day unless you're Elon Musk.
Not even William Smith.
Right.
He makes $8 million or $20 million a movie, but anyway, I think good for him. If that's what someone's willing to pay his working worth, then go for it. Does it mean do I like that that it's
oh my God, Lewis, validation.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because he's just tickled pink about the whole thing. So good for him, Laurie. He's not impacting my life.
Right. Let's see. What is this? Well, I get Kathy Narvaez Gerton Brewer. Say that 5 times.
You have all of the different ethnicities in there.
You've got it all.
Will get
Kathy,
this job that I'm hoping to get. And Michael, I love you. Will you get this job that you're hoping to get?
I stuck it up there because she said
It does look good. There could be a last minute change of direction that will go to someone else. But right now, it does look good. Unfortunately, Kathy, with your question and your situation, there's a lot of people that are involved with that. And when there's a lot of people that get involved, they use their free will a lot. So sometimes that can change the direction of a prediction. But right now, it does look like you have a really, really awesome shot. But here's the thing. Because you are already in your career field that's burning hot right now, if you don't land this new job, there's something like weeks behind it that will surface and you'll enjoy that just as much. So I wouldn't have to worry too much about you changing and transitioning into career.
So once again, I'm going to throw this up here. There's a lady named Whitney. I'm going to put her question up in a second from Australia, but I just want everybody to know lewismabee.com is how you can get Lewis, book him for a reading. So you can have a more in-depth.
No matter where you are in the world, I do it over Zoom.
Right.
That's probably 90% of my business is Zoom. So, this is going to be like my 28th year professionally doing it. I've done it all my life, but as a business, as my gig, 20 years.
Let's see. Whitney from Australia. I feel as though I have no direction in life. Am I going to accomplish anything in this life? Not sure what path to take. How old are you, Whitney?
Actually, Whitney, I know this might sound surprising. I'm not worried about it. Right now, I think you have to be in the back seat of and not driving somewhere yourself, because
33.
You're ahead of where the universe wants you to be. So therefore you're feeling lost or misguided or not having a direction, but that's because the universe hasn't aligned everything, because certain people aren't ready to align with your next phase of your evolving. And so I feel like if you can focus on getting like a pastime thing going on, learning a new skill set, and it doesn't mean that that's where your focus should be in career, but a skill set as far as, like, for example, learning a different language, taking an opportunity to do charity work or something like that. Anything fun, anything that's going to make you feel fulfilled, because I feel like when you start learning about how it feels to be fulfilled, that when it's time for that transition, you're going to be able to slide into this connection piece that the universe is going to be providing for you. So right now it's very much about focus on fulfillment and happiness in the smallest ways. It's basically stop and smell the roses. So you're don't hang out. Don't worry about being Velcro and trying to latch onto something right now. So hey, Michaela.
How you feeling? Are you almost done?
Oh my God, it's an hour already. Holy crap!
I know.
I'm awake now.
You're awake now? I just got my crystal. Aw, Whitney says thank you. She's 33, by the way.
Okay.
What is this? Look, I'm reading with. I had a reading with Lewis about 6 months ago. Is a year too soon to get another one?
I always say that because I do get this question a lot. When can I see you next? And I always say, you'll know when to see me because my name will start popping up.
That's so fun. And Virginia, in her way, it's the same way. It's like I went from like October to like February or recently when she did a reading on me. The one that she did like 2 weeks ago. And it was like I didn't ask her, hey, Michaela, I didn't ask for it. I never do. And she goes, they start talking to me, the spirit world. And she goes, I've tried. One time she goes, Michael, they had been bugging me all week and said, you got to talk to Michael. You got to talk to Michael. And she kept putting it off. And she woke up on a Saturday morning and she goes, I can't go on with my day.
They're driving me nuts.
They were not leaving her alone. So I mean, you know those things. You know, I tell everybody I am particularly blessed to know so many gifted people, because people go, "Do you get readings all the time?" No, I don't, because my friends, my gifted friends are like my gifted actor friends who are famous too. And you know, we respect each other and we look at each other as friends, you know. And with all of my psychic gifted friends, you know, it's one of those things I never. And it's so funny, they go, "Well, Michael, I'll do a reading." Well, it's fine if something's drastic and you feel the other side is wants you to know me, you're going to tell me. You know, every now and then I'll go, "How do you feel?" Most of the crap that I usually go, "How do you feel about," are cute guys, which
Yeah.
is usually, which with me usually is a dead end situation. And
Like crickets.
huh?
It's like crickets.
Crickets. I was like, yeah, no, whatever. But no, I'm very blessed to have friendships with some amazing gifted people. And you know, like when Lewis comes and stays with me, we don't sit around doing readings all day long. We go out and have coffee and gawk at guys and have a fun time and laugh our asses off. Huh?
Shop.
Chop. And shop. Oh, I thought you said chop. Shop. Shop. Because you haven't been here in 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
You came here the first summer. I was here, right?
Yeah.
6 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there. Well, no, the last time I was
no,
there.
you were here
was,
twice, right? You came twice, right?
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Because you came with Bruce the last time, right?
Oh, then that was 4 years ago.
No, you brought the Pitzel from the girls, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't I drive back with you? No, that was with Bruce.
That was the time with Bruce. That actually just came up on my memory. So that was just like, I had to look up because it was on a memory. So
yeah, but because I remember it was around Christmas because the girls, Janet had made the Pitzel, you know, and you brought eggplant.
Yes,
because I wasn't able to be at the Italian.
That's right. Yep. So I couriered eggplant from California to Vegas.
Right. So I mean, I was just letting people know that that's what we do. We're friends, and you know, oh, here we go. Enjoy your lives. Okay, yes, everybody's saying poor Michael. Hush, Virginia. It's not poor Michael. They're making fun of me because of my interest in cute Latin boys that always seem to just whatever. I do not like to be Ruth. Sorry, my internet. Hold on. You do not like to be. What do you mean you do not like to be Ruth Ward? I thought I was the woman. Oh, rude. Okay. Everyone's taking shit, I think. Always letting, well, feed the gerbil, Ward, and we'll come back to you.
It's
He's got a little gerbil turning. We're having fun with Ward. We're not making fun of you. I'm just having fun with you because we're waiting. We're, as Johnny Carson would say, we're waiting for your joke, Ward. And that's the way it is. Michael, how do you get your skin looking so flawless?
Sandblaster.
It is, you know, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Somebody, hold on. What? Hold on one second. Somebody hold on. I just got a message. Hold on. No, about 9 years ago, right, Lewis? Maybe 8 years ago, I went and had what was called CO2 laser. And Lewis went with me, and
I filmed it.
You filmed it because I was
He was higher than a kite.
I was higher than a kite on Vicodins and everything else, and I was just like, whoa! But they did a laser resurfacing of my skin, and it was pretty crazy,
Not bad for 116, right?
Huh?
Not bad for 116.
Not bad for 116. Hocus pocus, my ass. But no, I you know, here's some truth. For about 25 years, I didn't lay in the sun. I just
and I don't lay in the sun either.
And I did not lay in the sun, and I didn't start getting sun again until I moved to Vegas. And I went, I'm going to start getting sun, but I don't go out and fry myself. I do 20 minutes and built up, and I found out that I get that Swedish brown tan that people get, and John Hall's always going, I really hate you. I really hate you. And I said, yeah, John, you've known me for 17 years. I never knew I could tan. And but yeah, I have my I just take care of myself. I use lots of moisturizers and stuff like that for my old haggard age. Oh God. Oh God. This year is
Right.
Medicare. They keep sending. Do you have Medicare in
No.
Canada?
Yeah,
Not like
universal care.
it's the most wacky shit in the world. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, there's nothing wrong with cute Latin voice. So damn sorry. It's after 11 p.m. here in the UK. I have to work in the morning. Would love to stay and listen to you guys. You don't go out and fry yourself. I don't.
We just have to remember to flip them over once in a while.
That's true. Okay, here we go. There we go. Get ready. Hold on for a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just hear.
Here's Ward's joke. Hang on a second, John. You need to hear this before. I know it's 11 p.m.
Here we go. Ward says, what is the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? We'll wait for the answer.
Don't try to help him out, Ninny. Don't give him anything about eternal eights and all that shit. Doesn't apply to him.
Who?
He's
me?
a haggard old soul.
Where the carrot goes? I don't know. Tammy says where the carrot goes. Oh, forgot. Ward's got to feed the gerbil in his computer.
All right, so it might take 5 minutes.
So it might take 5 minutes. So we'll remember the difference. Flip them over. If I had a dog.
Right, John?
Every time I heard that.
If I had a dollar.
A dollar. Hey, Brendan. There we go, Brendan Dietrich. The Latin lovers in Vegas.
Where's Brandon? I was wondering where he's going to show up.
Now, is Brandon a friend of yours?
Actually, I think, and I don't actually know, because I never ask people how they get in touch with me, but I think Brandon watches you. And then when I started to come on, he booked a reading with me. He happens to be in Toronto.
Oh, okay. So
I think that's the story. I just assumed that. So
we finally, the answer is the difference between a snowman is as Ward has said, the snowballs. The snowballs. That is the snowballs. There you go, Ward. Ward, that's fine. It's okay. We're just being silly. What is exactly, Tammy? What am I missing? Hold on. Oh God, hold on. What was Tammy saying that I missed? What? Where the carrot goes? Ah, okay. So that's I'm trying to catch.
Tammy was on the same wavelength,
right?
Snowballs.
And there's snowballs.
It's a big dad joke, isn't it, Karen?
I swear to God, we are actually doing excellent with people still in tune. We have not.
Oh, cool.
The people are still tuning in from all over, from the Paul Lynn page, the Esther Goldberg page, the Politics is a Drag page, as well as people just tuning in now to the Esther Goldberg TV.
Nice.
And anyway, my guest is my good friend Lewis Mabee, psychic medium. Has been on in a month because his ass was in the Canary Islands and in Portugal. And Lewis was just, if people write a question, can I get a second chance? Go ahead, Ward. Just make sure you get quicker with the answer. But anyway, so Lewis is on. We're just whatever he picks up, if he sees something, bam, he'll give his opinion on it. We're just having a happy Easter afternoon.
Yes.
Here in Los Angeles. In Las Vegas, and he's in Toronto, and people are all over. What is it, Jerry?
Oh, okay. Okay, Brandon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing because what's kind of fun about my show is I never intended it was Esther's show, but then I had a few people like Sloan Bella and some others that said, Michael, you need to go be out in front. You need to be on the air like Esther does. Don't hide behind Esther Goldberg. Esther's got her own power, which she is. She's a very powerful entity that I created. But we have so much fun when I get to come on, and I started doing Sunday afternoons with Michael. And it just started off. It's turned into like all the psychics and astrologers come on and we giggle and we have a fun time on a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. But Lewis, we started this conversation about 30 minutes ago. You are going to start doing this on YouTube, correct?
Yes.
Now, have you decided when you're going to do this?
It's gonna. I'm gonna have probably, hopefully, two, maybe not two at the beginning, but I want to do a segment like this where it's just chit chat and
Yeah.
answer a few questions. But then I also want to do another segment of more deep dive with certain topics, like for example, pets in heaven, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So Sundays and Thursdays were the most popular days that people say that they have time to tune in. So yeah, logistically, I'm trying to work out what a Sunday would look like, because I typically am on here with you quite often. And
But we could always segue over. Well, I've done that before where I
oh, that would be, yeah,
come on and then, hey, I'm signing off, but get ready for Lewis.
gotcha. Yeah,
Boom. I mean, we could do that before or after, and that would help you. I mean, listen, Sloan, Bella, I love her more than life itself. She's the reason why my YouTube channel took off. Why? Because she came on and helped me and said, listen, I'll come be on your show and I will send you people. And she took me to that level where I was able to get the 4,000 viewing hours to be able to be a partner. And that's all you need to do.
yeah.
Lewis. So, the more people that you have on, especially if you get people that are popular and you give them, however, you and I are going to go over this probably this week at some point so we can get you going. But, you control it. And
Yeah.
do you have two brothers?
I don't have any brothers.
He doesn't have any brothers.
Yep. And I think Angela asked if I was ever in New Zealand before. I haven't been, but I do have an interest in going. In fact, I think in grade 6, we had to pick a country and do a topic about the country. And I picked Australia. And I always want to go to Australia. But as an adult, when I became a little bit more worldly, New Zealand has always piqued my interest. In fact, I typically stick with New Zealand wines, and because I feel like they have the best flavor that I enjoy, and that sort of thing. And I also, since COVID and how your prime minister has tackled the COVID issue and crisis and all that sort of thing, and just the lifestyle, I've really been very invested in New Zealand. So I would love to get over to New Zealand one day. So
yeah. So that's what we want to do. If we help, the thing about YouTube is you can help other people out build their audience, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've texted Sloan. So if you all go on her show, which sometimes she goes on at 5:00 here, tell her that Michael and Esther are bitching because she hasn't gotten back to me.
Yeah.
And I know she will. I go, Sloan, you need to come on the show. Sloan, you need to get your ass on. But I know she's going through a lot, and but I don't take it personally, because if y'all remember the last time I was in LA, we all had lunch and Studio City at the Chinese place that we
Chinese place,
yeah.
Yep.
So done that, but no. So that's what's going on. Lewis, I don't think many want to come to Australia with all of our rules regarding COVID now. How is by the way, Whitney and Angela, because New Zealand and Australia very close. How is the weather with the rain? Bye, John Rasmussen. How's the rain? I was talking to my friend Jason, who lives in Australia, and he sent me video of the floods. It was really.
I have Tammy.
Yeah. Tammy and Sloan and Lewis know each other. In fact, you should have her on.
Yeah.
She's funny. She doesn't do other people's shows that often.
No, she doesn't.
And it's because you know what? There's a shy part of her.
Yep.
But like with Esther, I've never done it with Michael. Sloan would only do it when I'm Esther, because they get going back and forth, and I allow her to be herself.
Yep.
She and I may not agree on certain things.
Yep.
And that's okay.
Yep.
But she can speak freely and have her opinions. And that's, when you host a show like this, I had the Rolls on from 100 years ago. I had the Trumpers on, and it was not explosions. It was a civil conversation. We don't agree politically on anything. And you have to stop. Okay. You just have to, as a host, when you do a show like this, expect that. That's why they always say the views of our guest are not the views of us.
Right.
But you have a way, you let them talk. And and Sloan and I have that cool thing between her and Esther. And because she's controversial, she's a lightning rod, and she says what she wants, and I let her do it. And I just love her to death because she's such a sweet person and a sweet soul. And I know that it's been a tough year and a half for her, losing her son, and that has just devastated her to no end. And I make her laugh when she comes on. Okay, let's go back. We're heading into winter. Weather's been so, but the weather is to crack soon. Okay, we're getting bits of nice rain here, but that's it. So there's the NSW. What is that? New South Wales. New South Wales. I guess that's where my friend Jason was. But it was unbelievable. The floods. I was just like, wow. All right, Lewis. We're going on an hour and a half, 90 minutes.
Wow.
I know. It's just amazing. But we're gonna sign this off here. Let me go back to here we go. Oh shit. There we go. So there we go. Everybody give it a big hand to Lewis Mabee. And
thank you.
And when the show is over, on the YouTube page, there will be all ways you can get a hold of Lewis to get a reading. And Lewis is going to be starting his shows probably on Sundays. We're going to figure it all out. But you have to support him, and you have to get your subscribers to subscribe to him, because it's going to be fun. He won't be on my show for 90 minutes once his show starts. We'll go back to the 45-minute format. But anyway, thank you all so much. For those of you give me, thank you so very much. It helps pay for the internet. It helps pay for Esther's makeup and all that stuff. And it's really great. And once again, give it up for Lewis. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you in a second when we sign off. This is Michael Airington with Afternoons with me. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.